In this video, I'm going to present a high-level response to the long writing task in Part 4 of the CALE test. I'm also going to explain my thought process to give you a sense of how I wrote this response. This response is based on the CALE sample test. To get the most out of this video, I suggest that you first listen to the lecture and read the passage related to the writing question. Just go to this link, click on Navigate once you start the test, and go down to Part 4. I recommend that you then take some time and complete your own response to the long writing task. Then you can compare your response with mine as we go through this video. Okay, why don't you hit pause and go take a look at the CALE sample test. When you're ready, come back and see how I handled this question. Welcome back. Unlike spoken everyday English, in academic writing, we need to organize information in a highly structured, logical manner. A simple outline is the tool that many writers use to accomplish this. So, before I just start writing, I already have in my mind the three main parts of a longer piece of writing: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. A good, clear introduction is very important. It won't help just the reader understand my ideas. It will help me organize my own ideas later in the body of my writing. So, let's see. To start off with, a phrase that comes to mind is, "It's a scientific fact that..." I'll begin by saying how scientific facts don't really exist, because I know that a scientist's job is to question everything, even facts. That leads naturally to my topic sentence. Science is a living process. Scientists continually reanalyze established conclusions and inch closer and closer towards a clearer understanding of our world. After that, I'll break my writing into two sections, or paragraphs, so I can refer equally to both the lecture and the reading passage. Those two sections will be the body of my writing, where I can build my argument and provide support. In the first body paragraph, I'll write about the lecture. That's about animal domestication. The lecture offers several different competing theories for how animal domestication first came about. Therefore, it clearly supports the idea that scientists should go back and reanalyze established conclusions and facts. Then, in the second body paragraph, I'll write about the reading passage. That's about a reanalysis of the history of the Persian Empire. The reading passage even more plainly states that history is not objective, and so, of course, this gives further solid support to the idea of reanalysis. Finally, I'll write my conclusion. I'll start by saying that, yes, it is necessary to spend time on new questions and research. And then I'll restate my topic sentence. Then I'll remind the reader that the lecture and the reading passage both support my argument. And then I'll finish with an idea of my own, perhaps something about the dangers of not revisiting established conclusions. First, then, I look for the key words in the question. In this case, scientists. This word comes from the word science, which I already know is defined as a process of continually asking questions. So, before I begin the reading and writing process, it's good for me to take a few moments to use my background knowledge and just think about how I want to begin. As I skim the reading and listening notes, I can quickly see many examples which support this idea. I'm confident now about writing my topic sentence and developing my ideas. At 78 words, the introduction is a little long, but it's solid. I'll try to make sure the body is a little longer, maybe about 150 words. There are two sources which I can draw from, the lecture and the reading. I'll try to draw equally from them to make sure support for my argument is balanced. I'll start with the lecture, since I'll be relying on my memory for this, and I want to make sure the information is still fresh in my mind. Another reason for discussing the reading passage after the lecture is that I believe it provides even stronger support for my argument. Presenting my strongest argument or opinion here will leave a stronger and longer-lasting impression on my readers. I quote it here once because the quote is a strong one in support of my topic sentence. But it's better, more often, to paraphrase to show my own English language skills, not someone else's. For example, I paraphrase this bit from the passage as simply the Middle Ages. First, I'll mention the opposing view here, and then express my opinion that the issue isn't black and white. Then, I'll restate the main idea behind the topic sentence, and end with a memorable statement, a prediction of the negative consequences that will follow if scientists don't reanalyze established conclusions and facts. That will keep the readers thinking about the issue even after they have finished reading. Proofread. A lot of test takers just keep writing until they run out of time. However, this is a mistake. Make sure to stop writing a few minutes before the end of the test and proofread your writing. You will almost always find some ways to make your writing even better. There is one problem or mistake in each of the first and second sections of this writing. There are two mistakes in each of the following two sections, for a total of 6 mistakes. These deal with grammar, spelling, and vocabulary. Can you find them all? Now that I'm proofreading, I notice that part of my introduction was copied directly from the writing question. To fix this problem, I'll keep the idea but change the wording. Instead of, I will explain my position, build an argument, and provide support, I think I'll write, both the lecture and the reading passage provide ample support for this view. As I proofread this section, I can see a sentence fragment mistake. The first 2 sentences should be written as one sentence. To begin, comma, the lecture on the history of animal domestication. Going through this section and proofreading it, I can spot 2 mistakes. The first mistake is a run-on sentence. Now, however, we can better understand and appreciate should be written as a new sentence. The second mistake deals with punctuation. This is an easy mistake to make, especially when you're writing or typing quickly. I'll change it', which means it is, to its without an apostrophe, which shows possession. As I proofread the last section, I can see 2 more mistakes. For my writing to make sense, to be logical, I should change my choice of transition words from as a result to nevertheless. Finally, there's a problem with subject-verb agreement. Scientists is a plural subject, so I should change the verb from fails to fail. It's natural for everyone to make a few mistakes along the way. and catching some of these errors can help improve the overall quality of your response. Now that I've spent a few minutes proofreading my response, I feel much more confident that I've written the best response that I could. I hope that this video has provided you with some clear strategies for composing your own writing response in Kale. Remember to organize a response logically and include balanced support from both sources. And of course, keep an eye on the time so that you've got a few minutes at the end to proofread your work.